everybody, welcome. This is Cherie with Rehashfiber. All right, so you'd like to learn to knit. Okay, I'm going to show you some basics. First of all, I do have 3 tutorials for the very beginning stages of knitting on my playlist on my YouTube channel, Rehashfiber. Right now, we're going to talk about just the things that you need to get started. All right, so first you need knitting needles. You've probably seen the straight ones. They have wood, plastic, metal. Those will do. Also, these are my favorite. They're circular needles, but I don't use them in a circular fashion. I use them how I would use straight needles. Don't let the cord freak you out. You knit from one needle to the other, then turn them just like you would straight. Knit from one needle to the other. It's just very comfortable to knit with these, and they're just lovely to hold. The brand is Knitter's Pride Dreams, and they're just perfect. The yarn is not slippery on them, yet it slides smoothly, and they're not noisy, and they're just very pretty, and they just feel great. So I would highly recommend this brand of knitting needles. Okay, then of course you need yarn. Some of the best advice I got early on was use very good yarn and use a blend with something natural. This happens to be all cotton, feels great. This is an acrylic blend and it feels great. Okay, also light colored yarn. That way you can see the work that you're doing, or if you make a mistake, you can see it easily. Now, to know which needles to use with your yarn, check the skein on your yarn for the label, and it will have the needle size that works best with that yarn. So for starting out, that's a good start. Also, very handy to have is a pamphlet with the beginning stitches in it. Don't worry that it's old or the pictures look old-fashioned. The information inside is your basic stitches and how to do them. It's very handy to have a still picture, if that's what you prefer, to see how to do each stitch. All right, then once you know you're totally in love with knitting, I would very much recommend getting this book. This has every stitch, everything about everything to do with knitting. Okay, I got this book 22 years ago. I still use it all the time. I checked online, there was a new version. It's in the $30 range, but they are still selling this one online, used bookstores, for $5. So I would recommend it just because it's your go-to book for anything knitting. The other handy thing to have is scissors. I have blunt tip scissors in every bag. Well, I'm laying around the house different places. Blunt tip is good to have because it doesn't poke into anything in your bag. It's great when you take your knitting to the airport. You can take the scissors. However, that doesn't work at the courthouse. They will take them from you. These are the basics that you need. All right, a little background story. When I was 20, I learned to knit with my grandma. It didn't really stick. Then when I was 30, I was with my friend who was a knitter, and she was showing me some of the things she made, and she showed me a sweater like this. That's when it stuck. Something clicked, and I thought, I have got to know how to do this, and I've got to make that sweater. So I started just knitting and purling until I knew that, and then I worked on my first project, which was a solid color sweater, and then this was my second project. So my advice to you to get started is to get your supplies, learn how to do the knit stitch, and knit a lot, however long it takes you, to feel very comfortable with it. Then learn the purl stitch and purl like crazy until you feel comfortable with it. Then you can seek out your first project, whether it's something simple or a little bit more, whatever you feel like you want to take on. All right, enjoy your first days of knitting. Welcome to this wonderful hobby. Thanks for watching. Happy knitting.